Yo, relationships these days are shallow. Like even the conversations that we have. I mean, there's ways to get to know each other, then there's ways to get to know a soul. There's ways to get to know a spirit, purpose, right? Like we ask people, what do you do? But normally we don't ask, who are you? See, these things get to two different levels. And usually we only stay at the shallow one. So how do we start to create and foster relationships that can get us to a deeper one? Now, for all of those who actually want to know the answer to that question, the only reason I'm communicating this problem is because I've created a method of solution that I think that everybody should be using. And they come into the forms of a soul tie card game. Now, this game was created to foster deeper relationships, not only with other people, but with ourselves. There's 19 spiritual activities that you can do with yourself, or you can do with a partner, to deepen your spiritual connection that you have. We're in a world where we're constantly taken away from anything that has any depth. So therefore, we don't build a connection. We don't build from a true level. Some of these activities, even married couples have never done with a person on a spiritual level before. I had a friend of mine, I let him try the cards, and with a girl that he knew for over 10 years, he said within 10 minutes, he was able to have a deeper connection with her. And this was not even a sexual relationship. But we don't realize how shallow our relationships can be. Because just because we know a person, don't mean we know who they really are. So I want us as a society to create more connections. Now, the most dangerous thing is society hasn't taught us how to tether those connections when they no longer serve us. But if we go into it for the specific purpose of creating a deeper connection, our intention changes, the questions we change, the way we investigate those relationships changes. But also, imagine I'm not talking about a couple. Imagine I'm not talking about a love life. Imagine I'm just talking about with yourself. And the root word is spiritual. I like to look at it. And inside that word is the word ritual. Right? What are the rituals that you do to maintain your spirit? What is your spirit, your air, your breathing? Being in the moment, being in the now. In African psychology, I was reading this book and it was breaking down how the Africans didn't have too many words for near future because spirituality was about being steeped in the present. So how do you get to a place where you're always present with yourself so that you can be in joy? So you can't enjoy life unless you are in joy in life. Now, when you're sitting with another person, imagine just sitting in silence with another person, but we're afraid of awkward silence. We think that we have to fill the airwaves with shallow conversation just to make noise, instead of allowing us to listen to a person's spirit in that time of silence and stillness. So Soul Ties is a game that you're going to need some spiritual tools with, such as candle, essential oil, sage, an essential oil. You can get lavender, what we prefer, because some of the particular tools will be aligned with the things that you would do within the actual game. Now, earlier this year, I did have a collab where we put out the Tula box, and that box came with everything you need, right? And I think we may still have a few left by the time this airs. But we're about to start selling the cards completely solo, right? Now, there's a limited amount, so when these cards come out, it's going to be up to how fast you get them in the cart, and therefore you get them shipped to you, right? But I'm excited for this to hit the culture. This is something that was created out of necessity, right? Thinking about creating a spiritual box was important, collaborating with Tokyo at the time, but thinking about more so like, how do we make this something that actually has a solution attached to it, right? And how do we gamify this method so that people will consistently do it? Now, the results that from the testimonials that I've heard from people that have played this game are amazing. I don't promise any results. I allow you to experience those results, and you tell us what you receive from it. Now, if you get with a partner, you get with somebody, for women, I think women can play this with their friends, right? I think you can play this with loved ones. You can even play it with family. Now, I will put a warning. If you're playing it with somebody that you're interested in, somebody that you know, right now thinking about shacking up with, be careful. Because the soul tie cards do work. So, y'all will be connected. Now, if you're going for that deeper connection, then by all means spread those cards and have fun. But if you're not, then don't play around with your soul, because this will attach each other's spirits on a deeper level. Now me, I'm not afraid of soul ties, right? But unfortunately, we don't have a society that teaches us how to untether our emotions in a healthy way, which is why most people hate their exes. We don't think about whether our exes have become better people, and we're happy that they're no longer doing the things that they did to us, because we're just happy of growth, because all of us somebody ex. So shit, that means the whole world is bad if we go by the emotions of the person that we was with when we were immature, right? But if we become a mature society, then we'll be happy even for our exes, because we created connections that were so deep that our soul is still tied to their happiness. Our soul is still tied to their purpose. Now, let's make sure that we're being responsible with these connections. I know in the past I haven't been the most responsible person, but moving forward, judge me for who I am, not who I was. And if you want to create a deeper connection with somebody else, make sure you tap in, pull one of them cards, and begin your connection.